Welcome to VOM number 189. As per usual, you're hearing the sounds of Mr. Jules Bland. Oh, 'tis the season.
'Tis the season for the squeezing of the presents to figure out what you got. What'd you get? What'd you get? No, I'm gonna get you.
Mr. Bland, that was absolutely lovely. Well, I guess it's time to lower the curtain. Here we go. Welcome to VOM, everybody, the virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening. My name is Rowan Corbett. You were just listening to our night's co-host, Mr. Well, what are you calling yourself? Oh,
I don't know. Squiggles something.
Squiggles.
Something.
Squiggles McPolter.
There it is.
AKA Jules Bland. And yeah, so the list was looking a little light tonight, but people have shown up, which thank you very much. We're going to keep doing this for as long as we can. So this is VOM number 189. So we're fast approaching 200 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what, like, into January should be 200, something like that?
Yeah. And over 3 years now we've been doing this. So.
Yikes.
I know, right? Want to say hi to a couple people. Oh, Acacia Sears is out there. She's asking if she can hop in. I'm gonna send her the link.
Yes, please.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Come now, woman.
And then who else? We got Kay said, our Twitch moderator. She's out there.
Carrie.
Thank you, Kay. I missed you last week. I think I missed me last week too.
Well, there's a lot of stuff missing from last week, and I don't think it was through a fault of really anybody. It's just circumstance.
Oh, I missed it. What happened?
Oh, chaos. Chaos reigned. Zoom wasn't working. We had to go through the website that they run the whole thing through, and then it was a whole. We ended up starting like 30 minutes late.
Yeah, like you were missing too, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. I blame, and you suspiciously weren't here, so.
Actually, I'm usually only here every other week.
Yeah, convenient. That's all I'm saying.
This week I'm here this week instead of every other week.
Every week that's this week, you're here.
Oh, Jack Arnold is also out there. I'm assuming we might get an EJD sighting at some point. We're well past Halloween now, so I think he can come back out.
So he's got no excuse.
Well, speaking of no excuses, I have no excuse to drag this on any further. I should. There's EJD.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Wow. Clap, 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 clap.
Sweet. All right. Well, what am I going to play? Let's see here. I did actually have a couple songs set aside here. This one, I haven't done it in a little bit. It's called The Litany. Alrighty then. Oh. All right, here we go. Star, it's what guides me and pulls me apart, wraps around me, keeps my brain in check, walks beside me till my very last breath. but it ain't enough. Sound. Don't belong here. Just a shade. Did all this time, didn't earn this place. All that was inside, hollowed out and lost. Feeling back now, crumbling, it breaks. Thank you.
All right, stuff.
Goodness gracious. So, now, I haven't been doing my hostly duties. I believe next up we're going to have Mr. Steve Patton, followed up by Matt Holson, and then John Pfeiffer, and then, if we can get her in here, Acacia Sears, and then Mr. Jules Bland. And it seems like it's definitely going to be a lightning round evening. So, but before that happens, I'm going to do another song. I'm trying to remember what the occasion was that I wrote this for. Oh, well, it wasn't a song prompt. I was writing for writing's sake. And in particular, it was to commemorate the loss of a musician that I greatly admired, Mr. David Bowie. This is a song that I call Sirius, and it was to commemorate the 5th anniversary of his death. You knew, but of course you did. Wouldn't have got this far with the life you led. Always, always on trend, ever the shooting star. Always one step ahead. Headed straight for the dark star, too fast for us. All the wonders before you, all made of dust. Some sleight of hand, you soar above the crowd, crane hour next to sea. Follow, follow your gaze as we gasp aloud. You make this last decree. Every star in the sky, a distant fire, every light shining eye, heading straight for the dark star, too fast for us. All the wonders before you, all made of dust. You slipped away. Well, of course you did. Can only go so far. The sense, the day. One step ahead, like you always are. You light the way. Dark star, fast for us. All the wonders before you, all made of dust. And straight for the dark star, too fast for us. All the wonders before you, all made of dust. Thank you much. All right. Howdy, Casey. Welcome. This is now. I am not always the host here, so, but I'm pretty sure this is your first time at VOM. Yes. Right on. Well, welcome. For those of you who don't know, Casey, Acacia Sears, is an old friend of mine, and an amazing musician in her own right, and I'm hoping she will play for us this evening. So
You are muted.
You're muted
by the
there,
way.
so we can't hear you.
I don't need a microphone. I'm sorry. Never mind. I embarrass myself when I talk on the microphone.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You talk into a microphone all the time, and you do quite well. She's very charming, ladies and gentlemen. So, I believe next up we have the sonic stylings of one Mr. Steve Patton. Steve, come to the fore.
There it is. The cursor, I have to chase that cursor all the time. There's two screens because it doesn't work to put. My eyes are so bad, I need to put it up on two screens.
Well, what do you got for us tonight, Steve?
It's what I'm feeling. I don't know. I started out with that acoustic, and then I had this song that one with Miss Martha that I decided I like a lot. I like a lot because it's my age. You know, it's what goes on as you get older. You know, you don't lose the things that interested you when you were younger, but what you get about them is a whole different slant. And this was that slant. We had a prompt recently, and I had a couple of lines of this, and then I realized it actually fit the prompt, even though I started ahead of the prompt. So anyway, so here it is. I've always written songs that sort of have this thing of the sea. It's just something that goes way back. I always liked old time sea shanty things. I was spent most of my youth on the water, so you know I have a deep love for especially the bay. But anyway, this song is, well, you'll figure it out from the song. I remember that first time, the image is fixed in my mind, conjured from the morning mist, just like the will of the wind. Miss Martha sure looked good, walking through the neighborhood in her straw hat and pearly shell, dainty white high sandals. But I got the news this morning, it came without a warning. Miss Martha won't be coming today. No, 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 Miss Martha's gone away. Dark hair blowing in the wind, little yellow dress on her body so thin, but something about the way she walked, I'd have spoken, could I have talked. But she took my breath away, fresh as a rose on a summer day, the little white sandal today. No, 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 Miss Martha's gone away. Thank you. And now I got to do another one.
Yeah. What do you have in mind? What are you thinking?
Oh, well, let me get the acoustic back up here. It needs new strings, but who cares? I mean, I got 6 of them sitting around here. One of them bound to have decent strings on it, but nope.
I know. I
got
literally
2
had to like
2 of them
adjust
with H. I got them out of the case because I recycle them every once in a while, and these 2 needed strings, but I said, okay, I'll get to it later. Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah. Her hair is long and flaxen red and curled about her head. Her eyes are bright and emerald green, her body lithe and lean. The fairest maiden in all the land, and her name is Sarah Ann. But she had reached her 19th year, wild as rangeland deer. So her father put the word around to settle Sarah down. 1,000 head and land he'd give to he with whom she'd live. Well, a cowboy lives a lonely life and seldom takes a wife, but he who marries Sarah Ann will win her father's land. 1,000 head of beef and ground will turn his head around, but it is not in Sarah's plan to marry any man. Our father on the rodeo where Sarah liked to go. She learned to ride and rope a steer, the bull she did not fear. She wore blue jeans and denim shirts and would not dress in skirts. But Billy was a barrel clown who rode that circuit around. Where Sarah donned a gingham skirt and with him she did flirt. Although to her he was not wed, he took her to his bed. Yeah, Billy lived a lonely life, he did not have a wife, though he who marries Sarah Ann might win her father's land. 1,000 head of beef and ground won't turn his head around, and Billy has no plan to marry Sarah Ann. Well, her father cursed and swore in rage, he'd lock her in a cage. He'd shoot young Bill for what he had done, and he went to get his gun. But But Sarah had lost her heart to Bill. She did not want him killed. She took that 44 instead and shot her father dead. Young Billy said of her offense, said it wasn't self-defense. He had no need to save her, although that judge had let her go. That judge had lived a lonely life. He did not have a wife. No, he who married Sarah and well in her father's land. 1,000 head of beef and ground had turned that judge around. But it is not in Sarah's plan to marry that old man. She took that 44 and drove him from the door. She said that judge could go to hell once she was out to sell. The sheriff came to lock her up. He said she was corrupt. The judge is in a tizzy, though he had to let her go. A second trial there cannot be, it's double jeopardy. So Billy is alone no more, for Sarah's 44. Yeah, cowboy lives a lonely life and seldom takes a wife. But he who's caught by Sarah Ann will stay on Sarah's land. That 44 she keeps around will hold him to the ground. So Billy has no plans that don't include Sarah Ann. Don't ask me where that song come from. I'm gonna tell you, it's just one of those songs that happened just like that. And when I looked at it later, there were some strange things in there. Like, how did Double Jeopardy get involved in this? It's like, I mean, these things just happen. It's something that goes all the way back to my childhood. This making up rhymes and keep making them up, and they come together as stories sometimes. And that was it. That was one of them.
Nice. Well, nicely done, sir. Nicely
Thank you.
done. Well, I think we're going to scoot along to Mr. Matt Holson. Howdy, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Howdy.
I'm liking your background. I think you've been have you been playing around with Stable
Oh.
Diffusion again?
Yeah, this is Stable Diffusion. It was Stable Diffusion's idea of the inside of a guitar. So it actually just sort of took the outside of the guitar and did some variations on it, and turned it inside out. And I like the light. I like the feel.
Yeah, it's very alien though. I like it.
Is it? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, what do you have for us this evening?
Okay. This is one I've played here before, but I'm trying it in a different key with a different. It's another one in my end up finger picking everything campaign. So this one. Wrote this about 20 years ago. Sad world. Has anybody seen the plan? Is anyone at the wheel? Sad world. The better you understand, the more alone you feel. So tell us a story with a start and an end, where the good guys win. Make sense of it so we can bear it again. Sad world, good lies, get us through troubled times. You don't believe you can't survive. nothing's ever true enough. Sad world, didn't used to look that way. Maybe we all grew up, so give us a vision that's Sunday true. Red, white, and blue, we'll cling to it like something to lose. Sad world, good life, get us through troubled times. You don't believe you can't survive. Sad world, good life. Sad world, good life. Thanks.
Nice. So, who is that one? Is that is
That's
that one of
mine.
yours or?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Does anybody remember Steve Key?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if anybody, because like I mentioned this, and Steve Key called me up and said, "Listen, in like 2003, I think, or 2004, he said, you want to do a New Year, New Songs night
Oh, nice.
at somewhere. I forget where it was." And I said, "Well, I don't have any new songs." He says, "Well, you got 6 weeks. I'm putting you on the list." He said, "You got to do one new song." So I wrote that one because it was like 3 years after 9/11. And everybody I knew had written songs about 9/11 except me, because nothing seemed even remotely true that I had to say. So, anyway, so that's the song I finally wrote.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I got to do another song. I better do that. Let's see. This is a Bob Dorough and Francis Landeman song. I don't have to go to bed. I got a small day tomorrow. A small day tomorrow. I don't have to use my head. Excuse me. I've got a small day tomorrow. I can sleep the day away, and it won't cause no more sorrow. Not tomorrow. So tonight this cat will play. He's got a small day tomorrow. All you big wheels with your big deal, you're gonna need your sleep. But I'm a dropout. I'd rather cop out than run with all the sheep. I'm forgetting the chords. Yeah, I'll get it right next time. Honey child, tonight's the night. car I can borrow until tomorrow. We can swing till broad daylight. We got a small day tomorrow. I don't know about that. Oh, you big wheel with your big deal, you're gonna need your sleep. But I'm a dropout, and I'd rather cop out than run with all the sheep. Honey child, tonight's the night, and there's a flat I can borrow till the day after tomorrow. We're gonna swing right out of sight. We got a big night. All day tomorrow.
Oh, James Bond at the end there.
I know. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this sounds like the lost Tom Waits James Bond theme.
Holy shit! Somebody tell him to do that.
I know,
He's still
right?
got time. He's around. He's still working.
Very
Some-
hard agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
Somebody tell him to write that.
It's it was actually, you know, Bob Doro wrote the tune, but Fran Landesman, I got the name wrong before. Fran Landesman wrote that lyric. She's known just for that and one other thing, one other lyric. I bet John knows what it is. He doesn't? Oh.
Chris
She wrote
might
the
if he
lyric-
were here. So
Yeah, well, Chris does.
he may yet
She wrote the
appear.
lyrics to Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most.
Mm.
Other than that, she had a career as a singer. She wasn't really known as a writer.
Oh, interesting. It's funny when it's cool when people can make that crossover, but it seems like it's hard sometimes, you know, and one can very overshadow the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see more like actor directors / writers than you do like, you know, songwriter. I can't really think of like contemporarily. It used to be that like people who wrote standards, you know, like Paul Anka wrote a shit ton of songs, and he was, you know, a very successful performer. But you know, I think like Ryan Tedder of One Republic is the only person I can think of who's like a studio songwriter for like pop songs that are still currently popular, like Britney Spears and all those other people. You can see that I don't listen to contemporary music.
There's a
Britney
whole
Spears is my
host.
pop
There's
star.
a whole host of writers who wrote for Motown, and also had solo careers separate and apart from Motown. Okay, so that's not a new thing.
I'm not saying it's new. In fact, I'm saying it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
And
what
Well,
I'm saying.
it's not as common as it used to be.
It
yeah.
rarely
It's rare,
happens.
yeah.
Publishers and writing mills dominate the scene now. That's
Yeah,
the
there's
problem.
the same 15, 16 dudes, and they all write everybody's songs. You know, it's like Taylor Swift will take them a song, and then they'll be like, okay, let's put it through the magnetron or whatever, the gravitrix. whatever they call it these days. It used to be a bunch of guys in Florida writing all the pop songs in the 90s, and now it's like some douchebags in Hollywood.
And don't forget a few in Sweden.
Yeah. Sweden, yes.
So, anyway.
Speaking of Sweden.
Somewhere I gotta find a song. I wrote a song. I keep looking for the meaning. I wrote it a long time ago when it was about that stuff that was coming out in the 90s, and I could not figure out what exactly they were talking about. When I looked at the lyrics in writing, I said, oh my God, somebody got drunk and puked. That's what this is.
Yeah, it was
was a
about the
different time.
vibes, man. It was about the vibes. Seriously. All music is vibes based now.
It's true.
All
It's true.
all the most popular stuff is vibes oriented. Speaking of vibes,
And
that's
very,
just a good. That's just
yeah,
as good one as
very good
as
vibes.
Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Well,
got,
you all just vamped perfectly long enough for me to almost get these things back in my fingers while you were blabbing. So this is,
All right.
I
that's
hope
what we
anyway.
do. That's our whole
That's-
job
yeah,
here
yeah,
as
that's-
hosts.
Because I
Every
didn't
time-
quite have enough time to see if I remember how to play these songs. So
Well, good. It'll be a tightrope.
it'll be a tightrope act
Well,
tonight.
And
As
which
usual.
which is outside of your wheelhouse, because we all know you primarily as an aerialist.
A trapeze artist.
That's
yes.
correct. So,
Exactly. We've seen him flying through the air with the greatest of ease.
Oh,
And
which
that
I
is
haven't done in a while because I've been sick too long.
yes,
Darn.
audience, that is not a joke. John does flying trapeze.
Well, but he's not he's aerialer than most.
What,
but he's
really?
not the
Yeah,
aerialist.
really.
Serious.
Oh, cool. Right on.
You can. I actually put a couple of the flights that I did. It's not the greatest form, but I'm not a professional.
Hey,
Yeah.
they're
If you would
But
fantastic.
I
like to
did.
see-
But I did put a couple of them up on my YouTube channel.
That's right. And for those of you,
You're a trapeze enthusiast, but not a professional.
I'm not a professional trapeze artist. No. Wish I could had the talent and the skills to be one. That'd be really cool. But anyway, I'm not. So, and I don't get to do it often enough lately, anyway. So,
yeah.
but I'm hoping to get back to it. Well, at least in the new year, if not sooner. So
Well,
anyway, you
Well,
want me
let's
to
look at your
play
other
probably
talents.
want me to play a song or two.
please.
So
please do.
I will do my best. I haven't done this one for you since summertime, sometime in the summertime, because I had just written it in July, and this is my travel log song for Rome, Italy.
Oh,
Because
yes.
I had just gotten back from a trip to Italy. So anyway, so I'm going to do that song because I haven't played it in a while. And I'd like to see if I can still do it. Anyway, here it is, The Back Streets of Rome. Oh, how's that sound?
Pretty
Does that
good. I
sound
think we got a healthy
valiant?
signal from you. here.
Okay, good. Here we go. So I'm in Rome, spinning in circles, clueless of my way around. I'm so hoping for referrals, how to crack this tourist town. Turn a trick at Nero's table, fiddle with this tiny cup. Burn for all for which she's fabled, for they sweep those ashes up off the back streets of Rome. I did the Vatican, the Duomo, Sistine Chapel, Pietà, but beyond the Michelangelo, can't tell you what I saw. All packed in like hot anchovies, blazed by most of it, I'm sure. Snapping photos, tourist trophies of that surface skimming tour off the back streets of Rome. The alleys and the cobblestone find treasures round each corner, the artists all but unknown. Raise another glass of vino. I may never make it home. Lose myself, find heaven on the back streets of Rome. Won't idolize the latest fashion. Boutique windows I don't heed. Catching eyes of ladies passing by is all the taste I need. Belle signore, trattorias, where the local lovers go. Hidden from touristy vias, find the real Roman show. On the back streets of Rome, the alleys and the cobblestone, find treasures round each corner, the artistes all but unknown. Raise another glass of vino, I may never make it home. Lose myself, find heaven on the back streets of Rome. Now safely home in my own shack, I should be sleeping like a log. But my neighbor's welcome back is his infernal barking dog. Won't you give me 2 more hours to dream my masterpiece in stone? Classic figures, winsome flowers, on the back streets of Rome, on the back streets of Rome. The alleys and the cobblestone, find treasures round each corner, the artistes all but unknown. Raise another glass of vino, I may never make it home. Lose myself, find heaven on the back streets of Rome. On the back streets of Rome.
Ah, Mr. Piper, you're one of a kind.
Sehr gut, sehr
One of a
gut.
kind.
And you don't have to follow Alexander. He says he'll be in later, but, you know, be past that. Oh, the beard looks great.
It's been coming out slowly. It's been a few weeks now, so it's actually starting to almost look like a beard.
Yeah, they don't look like they'll ever be a beard until they do.
So you know, as soon as it fills out and I can start trimming it and to the where it looks nice, I don't know. I kind of like it for the moment.
Gotta pass the time.
Anyway. Keeps me from having to shave all the time. That's good.
That's a real benefit. You get into this crap and there's stuff you put in it and trimming, it's not worth it.
Very good for saving snacks for pet birds.
Yeah.
That too, and getting some. You can get some natural sour milk a little bit later in the day. From breakfast.
Oh, God.
Is that a feature? That doesn't feel like a feature.
Oh, my God.
All right, enough of that. Here's another one that I did play for. I have played this a good number of times for you, but it's been a while since I played it myself now. So, but I'd like to do it. So, and it's another one that's got 1 million chords in it. So, it's fun to try to get back into my fingers. So, here it goes. And the one I always try to remind people that the one Portuguese line in here means the por causa de você, meu amor, means because of you, my love. And that's anyway. the shade. Somehow the cold and drear finds me a little less dismayed. Has gloomy ever turned so fair? I can't remember when. I think maybe someone's in love again. I pry the left eye open, the other's way too slow. Hey, but no one's in a hurry here. We got no road to hoe. One kiss and this heart's racing. I'm the luckiest of men. I think maybe someone's in love again. A little groggy weakness seems to draw her playful toying. A little dawn upbeatness seems a little less annoying. A little ticklish teasing, a little knock on wood, a little taste of something unexplained but understood. A smell of toast and coffee like I've never had before. So warm and sweet, por causa de você, meu amor. Joe Beam for breakfast, pinch myself, I even count to 10. I think maybe someone's in love again. Saccharine sweetness seems a little bit less cloying. A little less discreetness seems a little more enjoying. A little what we shouldn't, a little what we should. A little understanding love, so little understood. Another sip of coffee, still half a cup to go. Songbirds at the feeder, but we barely catch the show. Stealing kisses across the table, she sparkles like a gem. I think maybe someone's in love again. How she beams when I love you springs sweetly from the blue. I think maybe someone's in love. Good chance that someone's in love. I think maybe someone's in love. Someone's in love with you.
Very
Very
nice,
nice,
as
man.
always.
Molto bene, all molto bene.
Thank you all so much.
Cheese
Thank you.
pizza. Cheese pizza. Reggaeton is.
So, and going back to our earlier conversation, if you would like to see John flying with the greatest of ease, you can check out his YouTube page, Pfeiffer's Corner.
YouTube.com/Pfeiffer's Corner.
There you go, and you can find some of his music there too. But everybody knows you're going there for the trapeze. So there you
Well,
go.
there's also the whole like room full of Johns where it's
Oh,
him in
yes.
7 different boxes doing different things. Those are great too.
It's like the Council of Reeds from the comics.
You know,
I like comics.
it's a different time when you can say a room full of Johns and
Oh yeah.
and have it not mean.
When I had my open mic at the place that we don't talk about anymore. It's the Bruno
The front room
restaurants.
at Madame Rose's. That's a bunch of John.
There were occasionally 3 people named John in there, and I would constantly make a brothel joke, much to everyone's dismay, much to everyone's
Yeah, well, you know.
So here we go.
Well, someone
Speaking
for
of us
whom
being
we
here.
show unbridled excitement, Miss Acacia Sears, on her debut at VOM, the virtual open mic.
All right.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, Casey and I did a show a couple of weeks ago in Hamden.
What?
Yeah, we did.
It was pretty
great.
cool. It was great.
What? In my old neighborhood of north of Baltimore?
Yes,
Hamden's still a place?
it's still a place.
It hasn't been gentrified out of existence yet.
Oh no, it has.
Oh, okay, good. It's good to
still
know
there.
that some things
It's just
are,
a lot more expensive.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
I had a 2-bedroom apartment for like all included stuff except for I think electricity. So we had like
It's
water
a
and
great
gas
place
and stuff
to live if you don't
for-
mind being
for, like,
carjacked once in a while.
under $900.
Oh, wow.
All you have to do is just have a shitty car.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
There
your
you go.
problem. Yeah,
There you
just
go.
don't have a good car.
No, I'm sure
no,
the car was
no
bad.
car.
Right out. Well, Miss Acacia, what have you for us this evening?
I'm gonna play a couple songs in this tenor guitar here.
Oh, first though, are you on a laptop or on a? You
a
are
laptop.
good. All right, let's make sure we turn on your original sound. Do you have that turned on? If
I don't know.
All right.
It's in the upper left-hand corner of the window.
Yeah, we may
Yeah,
need
they
to go in and
changed
do
it.
some
It now
settings
says
real quick.
original sound for musicians.
Right out.
It didn't used to.
So, okay, you probably don't have it set up, but we're going to walk you through it. So what you do is if you look down in the lower left-hand corner, there's a little microphone.
Yes.
Next to that, there's a little caret button.
Yeah.
Go to audio settings after you hit the caret button,
Okay.
and then
And then what?
you need to scroll down a little bit, and you will see under the microphone level, you'll see automatically adjust microphone volume. You want to deselect that
Okay.
and bring your volume all the way up.
Okay.
And then below that, you should see something that says audio profile or something to that effect.
Yes.
So you want to set that to original sound for musicians.
All right. And there's some check boxes below: high fidelity, echo cancellation, and stereo audio.
Yes, I would say because you're not using headphones, I'd say leave echo cancellation checked. Select high fidelity and stereo only if you have a good solid internet connection.
I'll just leave it.
All right.
All right.
And then go ahead and close that settings window. And now in the upper left-hand corner, you should have a button that says original sound for musicians. Click
Yes.
that and it so that it says on.
Okay.
All right. And now we're going to get the best possible sound we can from you, Acacia Sears. So
Thank you, Rowan.
thank you.
I'm going to play a couple of songs that are going to be on my next album, which will be starting recording hopefully this winter, spring. We'll see. And this one is called Marks. I'm submitting both of these to a songwriting competition, so I'd be interested in knowing if they're worth it or not.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
it's a little. Sorry.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
There we go. First I drew a line to signify a date and time when I failed to forget to remember you. Just a tiny scratch, a moment I could not get back, where only I could see the record of a memory. And I will make a mark on whatever canvas I can find, till I've drawn a map of every place you occupy my Every mark I make only serves to change the negative space. Not for the better, but I'm not sure for the worse. Sometimes they're just thoughts, sometimes they're just words, and sometimes, most times, they're just everywhere. It still hurts, and I will make a mark on whatever canvas I can find, till I've drawn a map of every place you occupy my mind. And I will write about you, and I will write about you, till I'm damn well ready not to. Till I'm damn well ready not to.
Very nicely done. Alexander seems to have enjoyed it. He's a tough critic, so.
Right on. And what's the title of that song, please?
Marks. I messed it up there. Sorry about that. But Marks is the name of it.
I didn't hear anything about the means of production or like upward mobility for labor
right.
or anything about the proletariat or the bourgeoisie. So it was real subtle.
Court of the proletariat, I did notice. Actually.
Yeah. Okay.
For my second one, I'm going to attempt something really hard, so I don't know if I'm going to make it through this one, but we'll see how I go. This is just an observation, a record of what I have dreamed, a moment that should be recorded or just left to never see. If I could capture just exactly the way that it feels now, I would box it up forever, the way that life does not allow. You can't wait for conditions to appear the way you want them. My eyes are tiny cameras that let in too much light. Took the best shots that I could, made sure the moments were just right. Things never do stay put where you set them on the sink each night. I learned from observation, people dirtying their hands in dark rooms full of whispers, hanging prints of best laid plans. Children never get to choose exactly what they learn. You can't unsee the things you've seen or unhear the things you've heard. You can't wait for conditions to appear the way you want them. My eyes are tiny cameras that let in too much light. Took the best shots that I could, made sure the moments were just right. Things never do stay put where we set them on the sink each night. Took my plastic Instamatic, traded up for better toys. In the end I burned it all while I was looking for the noise. then I'm still looking for the noise. I never knew precisely what I should try to keep. There's always been a line between what you feel and what you need. If I just press this button, wish that it would be alright. Maybe once I'll be proven wrong and find a balance in the light. If there is balance to be found, I'll find it just this time.
Well, I forgot how much I mean, I knew, but I forgot how much I liked, how visceral it made me feel, and just how nice it is to have someone who writes beautiful bummers also. Please come back here so I'm not,
Yeah.
I mean,
About
I
things you can
think
be
vibes.
visceral if
If
you want.
if we're talking about our vibes-based economy, I think we've got a pretty like bummerific vibe
Overall at the VOM or just the two of you?
at the VOM. Well, definitely the two of us.
Acacia, tell me about that guitar you're playing.
My tenor?
Yeah.
Well, it's a 1967 Gibson tenor.
Where'd you find it?
I founded the School of Musical Traditions.
Hey,
How long ago?
It was a
interesting.
gift for me for my wedding. Why, was this your guitar once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
I recognize the colors and the top. I thought,
Did you? It's inscribed to Dr. Bob.
oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that. That wasn't anything I put on
That
there.
was
But
between the two of you.
Les Paul signed this one sometime.
what?
That's what was told to me. Les Paul. That's Les Paul's signature.
Les Paul. I
well,
gotta tell you,
then maybe it was not my guitar, but it looks exactly like my guitar. But I didn't have any of those markings on it. So
Yeah,
maybe
I bought it with a signature on it, so I was like pretty sure. Maybe it was yours, but it made its way to Les Paul at some point. That's weird.
I
Question
have
in
to
the
tell you that back in 1960s, or early 60s, must have been 61, 62, I used to play with a folk group, and the guy that kind of ran this whole business played a 1960 Gibson tenor, and I haven't seen one since his.
Yeah,
It's,
it's an
yeah.
old one.
And what were you
I was
going to
just
ask,
curious
Chris?
if you were. Oh, I was just curious if you ever thought of changing your name to Dr. Bob just to match up with the guitar. Putting it out there.
And what a great question.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Acacia Bob.
We'll
Yeah,
get
it
it in
doesn't
post.
roll
We'll
as
work on it.
trippingly off the tongue.
We'll get George
That might
Lucas out of
refer to
retirement. We'll get him to
Bob
work on
Smith.
that.
I'm gonna have to check with Bob Smith. He's a doctor that I can't see him playing a four string though, but
Well, I think it's time to raise the level of class and the class here. So I would like to bring to the fore Alexander. How are you, Alexander? It's been a little while since we had you on.
I have to cede my spot. 1 second. 1 second. I have to cede my spot.
Okay.
Here you go, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what are you doing for us tonight, kid?
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexander. Pleasure to be acquainting you all again. What has it been? Two and a half weeks, I'd say.
Something like that, yeah.
Whatever the case. Thank you for letting me join you all here. Now, tonight I'm going to be singing a ballad about J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. And I believe it went something like this. Please.
Sorry, nothing.
It's okay. Do 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 do. It was a very, very long time ago in a place called Middle Earth, where, as you could have expected, a lot of things didn't have much worth, and frankly, I can't even tell if they have even less worth now. But that's not the point. This story starts with a hobbit by the name of Bilbo Baggins, and he was smoking his pipe on his front porch, and he was encountered by a wizard by the name Gandalf the Great, and you could tell that he was a narcissist. Afterwards, he told him that he would expect it the following night, and then Bilbo Baggins told him that he's never been on an adventure before. Now that night he was blissfully drinking gobs and gobs of wine. Then he heard a knock on the door. He went there, and to his dismay he saw the wizard Gandalf the Great with dwarfs galore. And they're limited, not limited to Thorn, Oak, and Shield, Balin, Dwalin, Oin, Gloin, Filly, Killy, Bifford, Beaufort, Big Fat Bomber. His name was not Big Fat Bomber, but his name was Bomber. Big and fat are just adjectives. I know it doesn't make any sense, but please try to stick around. Then afterwards the dwarves ran into his house. They started singing about how they trash everything, but then it turns out that they were actually cleaning it up. They did a very good job. And then they invaded his cellar and drank all his wine, and I'm sure that was Middle-earth, so I'm sure it was sublime. Then they ate his cheese and ate his bread. Then they found a large clump of lead. I don't know what they were going to do with that, but instead Thorin came into the room with quite a bit of gloom and put an ancient map down on the table, where they started to plan their ancient quest of, for some reason, had a map of Quebec on it. I thought this was Middle-earth. It doesn't make any sense. For what it's worth, I thought it would be more concise. I was trying to shorten it down because I was hoping you wouldn't have a frown. But I thought it would suffice. Then afterwards, when dawn came, they set out to get rid of their shame. As they wandered through the forest and wandered through the hills, they eventually came to the misty mountains, and they met assorted bills. Yes, they met buffalo they did. I don't know why they would, but hey, my name's not Sid. I'm sorry, excuse me. All right. Then they found the misty mountains and climbed to the gate, where they saw two goblins, one a senior, the other a reprobate. The goblins said they should go away, or they would impale them soon, but then they just made fun of them, and they called them a loon. Then they pummeled the goblins and burst down the door, and then they killed all the goblins with goblins galore. And then, with a victorious roar, Bilbo Baggins lost his footing and fell off the bridge, and down he tumbled. His big fat body fumbled until he eventually fell flat on his face. Oh God, what a disgrace. And then he found the Cavern of Gollum. I can't even think of a rhyme for that because it's such an odd word, I'm sure, as you've heard, because I just told you. And then he managed to get to his feet without and hungering for something to eat. He met Gollum, and then he wanted to eat him. Apparently, he hasn't eaten for 3. He hasn't eaten for 3. He said, and Cherries, oh why hasn't he eaten? And then he challenged him to a battle of riddles, in which one would get the most riddles correct would win. And also, if he would not kill him, then Bilbo Baggins gave Gollum a riddle. Then Gollum got it wrong. Then Gollum gave Bilbo a riddle, and then Bilbo got it right. And then the whole spiel went on again for at least 5 hours. Then afterwards, Gollum, overcome with his insane rage, he figured out that his ring was gone, and I think he also had a gauge. You never know with Gollum. You never know with guys these days. Sorry. Ah, sorry about that. All right. Then afterwards, gone chased him down with many insane frown. Then Bilbo put on the ring and did that whole insane thing. He ran out of the mountain, unbeknownst to the dwarf and the wizard, and then he found a lizard with a hanging out gizzard. I had a script. Why did I prepare for this text? I have a script. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
You want to do the big finish?
Yes. And then they met, and they went to a cabin owned by a grumpy bear. Well, at least he would be, because he had many a wear. Now the bear's name was Bjorn. I don't know why, but that's not the purpose. So I really think that this ballad has gone awry. Then Bjorn welcomed them in with his devilish grin. Then they ate and drank like they would, as if dwarven royalty. I'm sure, as you may not have guessed, Thorin was royalty for all of you bookworms like me that's actually read the book. Daddly-daddly-daddly-daddly-daddly-daddly-do. Hey! Then afterwards, Bjorn lent them his ponies, because they apparently committed felonies. I don't know why he'd let them out in public. It doesn't make much sense now, does it? And then they wandered into Mirkwood, and then I think they started seeing cobwebs when they went deeper into the wood, and then they found the giant spiders who tried to eat their hoods and the rest of their bodies. Then Bilbo begged and managed to escape.
Big finish.
Yes. Then they escaped and killed them, and then they went to the wood elves, and then escaped that, and then killed them for some reason. Then they went to all the other mountains, then eventually came to the Dwarven Kingdom. Then a bard, by the name, if you guessed it, Bard, killed Smog, because he was missing a scale on the front of his chest. I mean, weren't there any doctors back then? And then afterwards, the dwarves, and then Gandalf finally came back for some reason. I don't know why he left in the first place. And the Hobbit, they all returned home, except for the dwarves, of course. So then they rebuilt the kingdom, and in a matter of decades, it was as prosperous as it was before. Then the Hobbit returned to Hobbiton, spreading his gleeful tale. And I think the reason why he called it gleeful is because he had one too many nail. But that's just perfect for a hobbit like him, because he also liked to sing hymns. And now I leave you with one thing to say. Was anybody back then allowed to be gay? And thank you. Well, that's the point. You're not supposed to.
Accept your applause.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, Chris, have you been letting him listen to Frank Zappa? Because
I haven't.
that was very
It hasn't come up.
Zappa-esque.
Well, I was actually thinking that it was going to be more like Monty Python and the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour.
You've changed some things. You'll have to do the Gollum part at some point.
Oh, right.
So, very nicely done, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Oh, and peace out. Okay.
All right.
You know, some people at open mic stay and listen to the other performers. Ending out. Bye, buddy.
Well, if you're wondering, what have I stumbled upon? Well, you're at VOM, the virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening starting around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This, as a matter of fact, is VOM number 189. So we're rapidly approaching 200 VOMs here. My name is Rowan Corbett. I am your host. And then you will see also co-hosts Mr. Chris Eric and Jules Bland.
Hi.
Now, I would be remiss if I did not remind you that next week is our song prompt night. Every month we do a songwriting prompt, And this month's prompt is do that again. So basically, write a song. You can use the prompt. You get extra points for the prompt, but the important part is that you write something.
And point totals are tallied at the end of the year, the fiscal year,
Yes.
not the calendar year. So
Yeah.
have till April.
Yes, that's correct.
And there will definitely be, there won't be any winners, but there will definitely be losers.
Yes. You've already lost.
I feel as though I lost.
Congratulations. You've already lost.
I would
Speaking
say-
of losers,
Whatever poor bastard has to go after the child, you mean?
That would be
fucking god.
our co-host, Mr. Chris Eric, in
Hi.
the far-flung frozen north.
Yes.
Of
It's getting
Erie,
frozener
Pennsylvania.
as time goes on.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
it's cold this week here, and like, so I can't imagine what it's like with that lake chill, baby.
It's not that it's cold, it's that we're supposed to get about 14 inches of snow between now and like tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, no.
Yep. And everybody it gets better. Everybody goes back. Joylene goes back to work for the first time in 3 months. The children go back to school.
Oh, my
I get to
goodness.
take everyone to everywhere. These are all true things.
All right, well, I guess this is your last moment of fun before you.
Hey, your
you're
guitar's
just
backwards, dude.
driving through
Thanks, man.
snow.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Mr. McPoulter.
No
Yeah.
relation.
None taken. Let's see. I put my sound back on. So how's the volume? Does that sound like a guitar? More or
It
less?
sounds like a guitar. It
Give us
looks
give
like
us
a
strum,
guitar.
love.
That is a healthy
Dig in.
signal. I
Yeah,
think
that's-
that works.
that's good.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, Acacia.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
left-handed.
He's left-handed. I'm
Jules
also
is left-handed.
So that's
so
the
that's
bit.
his.
Yeah. So we say, "Hey, your guitar's backwards," because it is.
If it were
Yeah, you get-
funny,
there-
it
there
might
you
be
are.
called a running
All right.
joke, but it's not funny. So it's just me and Jules.
Yeah, instead
talking
it's
to
just
each
a
other.
runny joke.
It's right.
And
Boy, I'll tell you. Yeah. So one of the 17 reasons that I was late is I decided to finish a song. So this is not a prompt song or a rebel song. Just caught a mustache hair. Not kidding. You're welcome. How's that for a picture?
Yum, 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 yum.
Maybe I can get Alexander back in here for this. Let's see how this goes. This is new. She might have preferred to get started sooner. All of the ways that life gets off track. Plans were made and soon abandoned. If she'd had a way, it could have gone that way. Jenny's regrets halfway around the room. Jenny's regrets coming soon. All of the time to start digging deeper. Maybe this wasn't the place to go. A little guidance goes a long way. Looking too long can still change it all. Jenny's regrets halfway around the room. Jenny's regrets coming soon. She might have preferred someone else's story. Too bad we don't get to pick those things. Jenny's regrets halfway around the room. Jenny's regrets coming soon. Ah, ah. Thanks.
That was a nice chord to end on too.
What happened?
I like that. I
stealing-
like that ending chord. That's nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're stealing my endings there, Chris.
I stole the Rowan ending, as it shall ever be. Crap, I don't know what I'm playing second. Quick, tell me what I'm playing second. Wait, Kate's not here.
Well, I was wondering about maybe Too Old for the Room.
For the room, you got it. Let me find it real quick. So it's on the Julesian calendar. We're 190, right?
Yes.
Still think it needs to be in recognition of the job done. It needs to be so noted. So noted.
EJD is asking about a song called "Take Your Chances." I don't recognize that one. Is that one that you've done?
Oh, I think that was a newer one that I played a couple of weeks ago. But I'm sorry, EJD, but Rowan got his in, and he's
Well, we may do a lightning round, so you may not be out of the woods yet there.
Right. He said also or driveway. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I think we're definitely heading towards a
play
lightning round,
popular
so.
song.
Hey, you don't pick the hit, man. You
Play song people like.
play song like people like people. Let me give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute so I can find it. If you want to talk, you
Is
talk.
there a song called Popular Song?
No, but I feel like there should be.
ooh.
There's one called
Funny
Popular by
name
Not
for a
Surf.
song. That's good. Play Popular Song. Oh, everybody asked me to play Popular Song. I'm never.
No, everybody wants popular song. What about song everybody hates? Come on, guys.
And that's also another song.
Come on, I'm taking that idea.
Well-
It's too late.
That's good.
That's
That's
pretty
good.
good.
That's
Well,
one.
I'm a big fan of song that most people don't actually understand. That's a good one.
Oh, misinterpreted song. That's a good one. Big fan of that one.
I like song you've probably never heard before.
But I yeah.
That's my
Oh, those are my favorite to cover. So
Eh,
Did we buy you enough time?
no, I'm doing it. I'm really like.
Anybody watch that Doctor Who?
I wanted to mine this room for more creative juice too. The guy earlier who was the trapeze guy.
John,
John
yes.
Piper.
I feel as
Trapeze guy.
I feel as though amateur trapeze artist has some poetic genius in it, so I'm going to take that also.
Take that.
I don't mean to call you an amateur because that's not who you are, but
I mean, unless you make your living by trapezing, I don't think amateur is a.
If we do ever get to a lightning round, I will share with you my inspiration from my journey, from my early journey.
Well, I think we are definitely headed to a lightning round. So
It would seem like it. And I'm sorry, am I doing for the room or driveway, Rowan? You tell me.
I'd say go ahead and do driveway. I think you haven't done it in a little while. So
Popular
and
song.
EJD is back after a long absence. So
Oh, that is a very good point. I'll do the other one if I can stay for lightning.
righto.
I'm sorry. This is not about the Hobbit. He had a whole other verse about the Gollum, and it was just a whole man. Oh man.
Yeah, I think I might have to do my Tolkien song later on.
Should I bring him back and tell you doing it for him as a token of your esteem?
Oh,
As a
I know.
Tolkien of your esteem. Yeah.
That's it.
South Park did
Yeah.
it.
Oh no, that was
Guys.
terrible.
Man. Oh,
Acacia,
man.
you are right. Your reaction is the
Golly.
right one. The fact that you're not even turning your mic on makes it even better. Just like,
Dad
nope,
jokes.
nope, no
Oh,
words.
Man.
You're making the right call. Hang me out to dry silently. Here is a song from early Shutdown about missing a friend who later accidentally broke my rib, but that is a completely different story. Come drink in my driveway where everyone can see. Come drink in my driveway, spend some time with me. I know, can't be alone, not now. But a little of you is worth it anyhow. Come drink in my driveway, we can't get too close. Come drink in my driveway, you can make the toast. I know you have your busy life to live, but I'll take whatever you can give. Believe me when I say it's all I want. Ignore me when I start to cry. Whenever I say take it back. Believe me when I say, believe me when I come drink in my driveway. Anytime is good. Come drink in my driveway if you think you should. I know might not be your perfect day, but I can't think a better way to say, I worship you, I worship you, I worship you. That one's for cozy. Matt, tell her we said hi.
And she gets
Absolutely.
residuals from
Absolutely.
every dime you make from that, right?
Absolutely. And so far, I haven't made a dime from it. But when I
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
she gets her part.
Schrodinger's dime.
Shorty, is it even there?
Ooh, girl, you
I
Schrodinger's
looked up,
dime.
I'm on Songfile. I'm on Songfile right now, and there
What?
are a bunch of songs called Popular Song.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, I figure, but you know. Casey, you should still write it. You're muted again.
Oh yeah, right. It's okay. I'm still gonna write it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Yeah,
still
yeah.
write it, and
Yeah.
yours will be better. It's fine.
Yeah,
Most
it's
searches
gonna be
on
hilarious.
Songfile
It'll probably be like all those other ones.
Your audio is really low, Matt. If you boost your audio a
could
bit,
change
if
it
you've
to
got some
well-liked
volume.
Oh, okay. How's that? Is that more?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
So where were
No,
you
he's
saying?
cute, though.
Oh, nothing. Just that I found like six songs called Popular Song.
That's only 6. That seems
Yeah,
like
that's
a
pretty
funny
small number for
I'm gonna
small.
listen to this song because it'll mess me up, and then I'll listen to the back of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do one called the liked but not well liked song.
Well,
Yeah, I think that we should do like a whole album of like all us little vomlets, and just do like song you've probably never heard before, something.
Well, you could go the Garrison Keeler route and say and write pretty good song.
I'm not going to go the Garrison.
well,
Keillor
there were
route.
some
That's a
there were
separate-
some enterprising people out there who figured out that they could make a lot of money by making a song called "Poop," so that when kids went up to their smart speaker and said, "Play Poop," that they would get some residuals, and they did.
Yes. Huh.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
You
not
know,
bad.
it's all about the grift these days.
It's a solid bit of business. It is a solid bit of business. I had to, when Alexander, he came home from school one day, it's like, Dad, they're calling me a name. It's like, what are they calling you? I was like, they're calling me Google. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy, but that's a pretty good burn.
Yeah, that's solid.
I resemble
It's a
that
solid
remark.
Yeah, exactly. You called my kid Google? That's messed up, Ron. It's okay. They know each other. That's
Okay.
cool.
All right. Well, we have but one more performer until we hit the lightning round. And that one performer is our other co-host, Squiggles McPolter, a.k.a. Jules Bland.
Fodder for Rob's dreams and T-shirts. Squiggles McPolter.
Now that I'm about to play, everybody's running around on this creaky ass floor.
I can't
am
hear
not.
it, so I think
No.
you're okay.
I think it's in your head.
Which one? The murder one? Yeah. Okay, I'll do that second. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, he takes your requests. He must like you. I bring up
yes.
a song and he'll never play it again.
Well, I'll play it when you're not here.
Fair.
I played the Bond song when you and Kate weren't here.
The which song? Oh, your Bond song. That is good. That's a
It's
good
pretty
song.
epic.
Definitely
like
don't play it.
Ooh.
Ah,
He's negging me. I want to date him all of a sudden.
Like I would. Totally would. Totally would.
I should be so lucky.
We could dress each other. It'd be awesome.
okay.
Sorry,
Let's
too
do
much
that
too
song.
soon.
I need something to wash that taste out of my head.
Sorry.
Ooh, boy, oh boy. It's good to have you back, Chris.
Hey, it's good to be had.
All right.
I'm not proud of that one either.
I'll do one of my quicker ones that I make twice as long as it usually is. Oof. Nope. Now that buzz is back. You know, I just may not play this guitar.
Well, it is wrong-handed, so.
Yeah. Maybe one of my other ones will be right side right.
Do you want mine?
Oh, I can borrow yours?
I was
yeah,
gonna.
yeah. Okay.
First night, she's already taken my job.
Oh man.
Yeah, but mine's left-handed.
Yeah, but like on the screen it's backwards, so if I grab it then it'll still
There you go.
You see?
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
If you look in that mirror, you see what you saw, you take that saw, you saw the desk in half, two halves make a hole, and then you're out.
There you go.
Wow, I haven't heard that in.
I
Really
see,
a
said the
long
blind
time.
man to the death priest in the dark church.
Two blind boys stood back. No.
As he picked up his hammer and saw
Yep.
while whittling on his thumb.
Okay, I'm gonna play a different song than the one because
No, that counted as your first song, just so you know,
Great.
Jules.
That's perfectly fine, honestly. Even though I won't be here next week, so
Why not?
because I have a show.
On a Monday?
Yeah, it's at a church.
A church?
A church.
Church. Is it
A
Welsh?
church. No, it's Scottish, love.
Oh.
All right, donkey. Donkey. Maybe I will do it. Let's just do it. You're fast asleep and deep and slow to wake. Slip past the sheep and creeping, I'm here to stay. It's been a while since you last saw my face, but I know I still control all the choices you make. Yeah. can grieve till you achieve peace of mind. There's no need for me to leave. You will find yourself in the thick of the night when it's cold and you're alone with no place to hide. Try to come back for more. You've already locked your door. Oh, what are you fighting for? Resisting is wasting time. Your every move is mine. So fall in
Jules, there was a suggestion from EJD that since Kate isn't here, you could play half of the Bond song. Solid bit of business, you must admit.
I'll think about it.
And EJD's first night back in a while. You could do the single cut, for the 45.
I mean, there's not a lot of fat on that song.
Well, you could still cut pieces out indiscriminately.
Just be like a studio executive.
Yeah, we don't need that part.
I'll pull a real Zaslav on it.
Zaslav?
Oh boy, David Zaslav. He's the head of Warner Brothers Discovery. He's been at the forefront of the villainry of all the strike stuff in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, Google.
We don't. Acacia, every once in a while we award the joke of the night, and you just got it.
You've won it like 3 times over already, but you just secured it. You have the top 3 spots.
We've been VOM, everybody. Good night. Reach out, do face things.
Now go ahead,
That's a thing
everybody,
that
and tell her
happens.
what the prize is.
The prize is the song you asked me to play.
You win.
Take that, nerds. Hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. Hey, I'm gonna mute, and then you tell them.
Well, I was going to tell you. Actually, I was going to ask Jules where his show was. So now I have to do a little bit of sleuthing here.
I don't think he'll answer that
It's
now.
at a
It's in a
church.
church, apparently.
A church. I don't know what church. I got emailed a thing. I'll talk about it.
Well, there aren't that many churches. I'm sure we can find it.
It's fine. It's in D.C. There aren't that many churches in D.C.
How are people getting gigs these days? Because I'm putting out feelers and it's really hard.
Nepotism.
Oh,
You
how
gotta
do I
be a-
get some of that? I've got boobs. Does that help sometimes?
I've heard it's very useful.
It is useful. Yes.
You'd be surprised.
I had a girl. We were playing with a band that had a very nice cello player whose name escapes me. No, it's not your band.
So I
Rowan,
was about
just
to
so
say
you know.
Kristen.
Okay.
Different cello player. Long time ago. Went up to we were at the wind-up space. I went up to try to get a drink. Ignored. She went up, got a drink, and I said, "Hey, how did you get that drink so fast?" And she grabbed her chest. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, you make a point.
There you go. There you go.
Tip early and tip often is how we really get the drinks.
Just
Also a
hold
good
money
point.
up in the air.
I understand they like when you wave and say, "Hey, bartender." Yeah. Toots, especially if it's a guy, just to confuse. But yeah, go for all 30s and 40s vernacular.
Oh yeah. Is your name Alexander, by the way?
Whose name, Alexander?
You.
Me?
30s and 40s. 30s and
Well,
40s vernacular.
He got some of it from me, not all of it. I feel like he does have a drawer of bow ties, though. Just so you know, Squiggles. He's still not acknowledging us. That's true. It's actually a thing. He does.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Wait,
no,
you're done?
you're fine. You're fine.
God.
You
Ladies
okay?
and gentlemen, Jules Bland, round
Old
2.
strings. Johnny Old Strings over
Go
here.
Blues.
All right. I am not amused, mad as hell, and I won't be subdued. Poison the well I use, corrupting the cells till toxicity suffuse. Where's it go? Oh man, I really like this song too. Alright, I know the next line. Fuck. This game ain't played with paper hearts. They get torn apart, consumed. I'm taking the low road. I've become the thing I love. Making a killing and playing the villain, and I won't stop until I take control. I remember the line, man, and it was good. Ah, God damn it. I will break your mind. Everything you've done returned in kind. Burrow deep inside, lead you through a maze of my design. I see you slipping, barely hanging on. I take it all in stride. Let me offer you a helping hand. I can understand your plight. I'm taking the long road. I've become the thing I love. Making a killing, playing the villain, and I won't stop till I'll take your soul. Brought you to your knees. Your life is mine to do with as I please. Snuff you out with ease. Quarantine the world from your disease. I tend to disengage my human side. The line gets hard to see. I know this path I roam bears curves and curls. Oh, but shattered worlds bring me peace, bring me peace. I'm taking the I won't stop until I own, yeah, I own you so. Okay. So it was exhausting.
But it
Like-
was so lovely.
Physically, emotionally, where are you going
Yeah,
with it?
yeah, the whole thing.
Yes. The answer is yes.
So I realized something interesting. So murder ballads, like that was, I feel like sometimes I get really excited to play them as a woman because it's so weird and unbelievable, but I feel like the danger of playing them as a man is like people could believe it.
Right. So when I talk about how I have like a whole plot line about murder that I'm writing about in my music, I'm just like, yeah, but it's not autobiographical. But,
Is there
you know.
something in it about not looking behind the sheet?
But it's like believable.
Huh?
Believable.
Is there somebody behind me?
No.
Oh, do you mean like a KKK thing?
No, I meant the bodies that you don't have hidden behind the sheet.
Oh, I don't have any bodies back there.
Sure. Don't look back there. It's fine. There's no
don't
bodies.
look that.
Nope.
Don't.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
The call is coming from inside the house.
If you can't see it, it doesn't exist.
Well,
Sydney.
so we've actually reached that time. It is the lightning round.
Pew pew pew.
So,
pew, pew, pew.
for those of you who are uninitiated, that means we're going to go back around and get one more song from everyone. Before we do that, I have a couple of things I need to read from the comments. Eric Corbett, who is my brother, says, "Hi, everybody." And Susan Schneider says, "Hi, Acacia." She is very excited that you're out, that you're here tonight.
So are we.
And yes, we definitely are. And then EJD says we need 2 more tunes by Jules. So
It's not a 2 more.
You'll have to go to church.
Chelch.
Nicely done.
Yeah, come to Chelch or come to the Tacoma Spark tomorrow night in Tacoma Park, hosted by Rob, unless he decides he doesn't want to show up, and then I'll be there.
So you're either working or playing.
Who knows, man?
Do you
I usually get
know-
roped into doing some work.
Do you know who the
Fold up the chairs.
who the
I
feature is
do
tomorrow night?
not, but I can look that up.
We could all look it up. If you go to www.facebook.rob.
Up your butt. Dot
Oh.
dot
Dot
nuts.
Rob. It's dot Rob.
Up your butt. Dot Rob.
That is not a
Chris Titchener. Oh,
place.
that's great. Oh, wow. That is a good time.
That just sounded like you were calling me something.
Chris, you Titchener. No, Chris Titchener is the feature tomorrow at the Tacoma Spark, Tacoma Park open mic, the School of Musical Traditions.
Sparkoma Park.
7112 Willow Avenue.
Oh, also Acacia, EJD Eric James Danowski, who is our ever-present audience, says Acacia Sears rocks, or he says Acacia rocks. Excuse me. He didn't use your last name. I put that in there. So
In case you can't see her.
So
she
technically,
did
he
the-
couldn't. He
Thank
could not be talking about you.
no, I put it on the
Just some
screen.
other person named Acacia.
It's-
He
I
just
guess
wanted to
there's that,
chime
yeah.
in. It's like, oh, this Acacia reminds me of. I'm joking.
All right. Let's put a
Lightning.
little more zip in this lightning round here. So that's me. Let's see.
It's
here.
you. So get zipping.
I'm
Rowan?
zipping and zapping. Here we go.
And don't know what's happening.
Never. So I am going to do my Lord of the Rings song.
I'll let Xander know.
This one is called Sylvan. I wrote it when we did our prompt of Crafted in Madness. And the whole concept of the song is, what if Galadriel accepted the ring from Frodo?
Who was who played
Galadriel is
in
the
the movies?
queen of the elves. So
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Oh, with the crazy blacked out eyes stuff.
Yeah, that
And
part,
then a small woman in the new one, which I really enjoyed, and I thought she did a great job.
She did.
And,
She did.
And I hope they make another one. Anyway, Rowan, let's go.
light shines back at me. Twisted, wreathed all in leaves. Take back all that I see. You're just the latest thief. Wisdom becomes my foe. Madness, the end of all. Crafted to beautiful woe. See how my shadow grows. Queen of all has come. Vision has won. Weep before the sun. Brightest, forever the one. Behold, I am lethal and fair. Love me and despair.
Very nice, sir. And EJD wants to know again what it was called.
It's called Sylvan.
Like the Learning Center.
Yes, like the Learning Center.
He wants to know so it can be on the request list.
Oh, yes, yes. So, I wanted to make reference to the woods and such, but not be quite so obvious as like Lothlorien. So, but there you go. Next up, I believe, is Steve.
It's me.
Yep.
My
Mr.
guess.
Patton is
Okay.
next.
I'm debating what I want to do here. It's not going to be serious.
Oh,
I will tell you
and
that.
then Matt Holson.
That is
our
correct.
Steve.
Okay, I don't remember what I did last week, but whether I did the nursing home song or whether I did something else, but I think I hung myself. Anyway. Hello, stranger. Why that look of gloom? Welcome to the party in the land of the doom. Ain't no need for mourning while you're still alive. We're all here waiting on the man with the sigh. And there's 100 more just like us up and down these halls. Nothing left to do but to stare at empty walls. Nobody's family, yeah, nobody's friend. Just an old heap of bones here waiting on the end. Well, tell us your story if you got one to tell, and even if you don't, our minds are going to hell. Won't nobody notice if you babble like the rest, or sit there in silence and drool on your chest. And there's 100 more just like us up and down these halls, nothing left to do but to stare at empty walls. Nobody's family, yeah, nobody's friend, just an old heap of bones here waiting on the end. Well, yeah, don't worry, mister, if your mind starts to go. There's nothing left to do unless you need to know. Yeah. You could go on forever with nothing in your head. They'll just wrap you in a diaper and tuck you into bed. And there'll be 100 more just like you up and down these halls. Nothing left to do but to stare at empty walls. Nobody's family and nobody's friend. Just an old heap of bones here waiting on the end. Well, your children won't come calling, 'cause there won't be nothing left. The doctors and morticians will divvy up the rest. Ain't no need to linger, ain't no need to tarry. They've already written your obituary. And there's 100 more just like you up and down these halls. Nothing left to do but to stare at empty walls. Nobody's family and nobody's friend. Just an old heap of bones here waiting on the end. Well, your friends all got lucky, checked out ahead of you, and left you here to watch your Captain Kangaroo. But you'll get the last laugh when the worms come for you. They'll cremate your body and send you up the flue. And there'll be 100 more just like you up and down these halls. Nothing left to do but to stare at empty walls. Nobody's family and nobody's friend. Just an old heap of bones here waiting on the end. Thank you.
Steve, EJD wants to know the exact title of that song so he can request it in the future.
It's called Heap of Bones.
Heap of bones.
Yeah. An old heap of bones. Thank you, EJD.
Thank you, Steve Patton.
You're welcome.
Nicely done, sir. And I do believe up next is Mr. Matt Holson. Matt, are you ready for us, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Great. And there you are. I know I don't get my request tonight. That's okay.
Pardon?
Oh, I
what's
just
your
said I know I
request?
don't. What's always my request is
Oh.
the.
Well,
But
heck, the piano's queued up. You should have said so. Oh, here. Okay, let me.
I'm
take
saying
a
it now.
couple of
Play it.
seconds.
It's an amazing song by Matt Holson that I love, and he's going to play it for us here on VOM 189, VOM 190 in the Jules Eaton calendar. This happens, every Monday night at 7 o'clock, except for a few instances since March of 2020. Goodness gracious.
Huh? Wait, I missed something there.
You missed nothing. I was vamping.
Ah, okay.
Oh, and Acacia, I was trying to type it in, but it takes way too long to type it. Do you see the little rectangle that says everyone? You just click on that, pick the person's name. Sorry, I type very slowly.
Wait a minute, I shouldn't have gone that far. Now I can't get back in the key. Never mind. You spent the night with your regrets. Never close your eyes. You might as well get out of bed. It's getting light outside. Why do you do this to yourself? Living over what went wrong. Beat your head against the past. It'll still be just as gone. So learn to forget if you want to stay young. What you should have said, what you should have done. It'll only burn you lie awake and think about just how sweet it could have been. Learn to forget again and again. Make your coffee, find your shoes. It's time to face the day. You may not feel like going on, but you're going anyway to do your job, to pay your bills. That's all you really need. There's not one heart in all the world that's never had to bleed. So learn to forget if you want to stay young. What you should have said, what you should have done. It'll only burn you out. Lie awake and think about just how sweet it could have been. Learn to forget again and again. Back in better days, you told yourself how the truth would make you free. But do you really want to know yourself? To hate yourself, to make yourself be lonely. Learn to forget if you want to stay young. What you should have said, what you should have done. It'll only burn you out. Oops, lie awake and think about just how sweet it could have been. Learn to forget again and again. Again and again.
Thank you for playing that.
Oh,
I love that
man.
song.
That is such a good song.
Thanks.
Gorgeous.
It is.
I'm sorry.
and
I
it
feel
is-
like I was unmuted the whole time. I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't making noise.
I can hear you.
You weren't making.
Could you, oh, nobody could hear me shit talking
No.
to Chris?
What did he do to me?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Oh, okay.
Matt,
It's,
that was a great song. Who's
Yeah, it's
Oh,
track
thanks.
4 on Matt Holston's Fine 2018 release, The Horizon.
Now
Well worth the
available in Legacy Media.
Is that what they're calling it
Legacy
now?
Media? Oh,
Paul
that's so
Matt.
patronizing.
20%
Wax cylinder?
off.
Did you make it in wax cylinder? Is that what happened? Again, sometimes the references are just for you, me, and John. But no, you and your former roommate have something in common, that you write the kind of songs I hope to write if I grow up one day. But thank you
Oh,
again
it's
for
not
playing
worth it.
that.
Don't grow up. Don't.
Never
No,
gonna happen.
no,
Don't. There's
no.
no threat of that.
Opinions vary.
I've talked for hours to this.
We have
man.
spent a
Far
lot of time
overrated.
talking.
It's yeah.
But I do believe next up, speaking of not growing up, it's John Pfeiffer. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I promised that I would do this song that I wrote about 4 or 5 months into my exploration and complete intoxication with hanging from a flying trapeze.
That's right. We know you're your trainer, right?
It is incredibly addicting to have that feeling of flying through the air and then letting go and having somebody catch you. It's just amazing. It's so cool. Anyway, this song might have been inspired by that, but I think there may be a few alternate meanings to this song. But anyway,
Ooh, metaphor.
see how it goes. You didn't have to ask me twice. You didn't have to plead or cry. Like that bird of paradise, I only had to see you fly. I only had to hear your call, to rise and to take that leap of faith, knowing I could only fall or never fly, but play it safe. You hooked me good with every line. You knew that I could not resist. A smooth and easy catch was I, and one more dangling by your wrist, one more by temptation kissed. I took that leap to feel the rush, to shoot the moon and go for bust, to soar and sing like hawk or thrush. To fly with you is all I lust, and fly with you I must. I would never have conceived this casual intrigue could lead to such a strong addiction. I would never have believed in climbing to your pedestal you'd snare me in your dizzying affection. But now I know just how it feels to fly with you. We've got the stuff for soaring high, head over heels. Once more you've caught me by the cuff. Once more my heart can't get enough. When I let go, I know you'll snatch me in your arms. I'll put my trust, and if I fall, your net will catch me, cure me of my wanderlust. Now all who soar can swing for us. To fly with you is all I lust, and fly with you. Catch a trick or two, nothing else will do, and fly with you I must.
John Pfeiffer with every chord possible on a ukulele in a great song.
Yeah,
Don't know how you do that.
And that was the trapeze song, yes?
Yes.
That was
double
the
meaty in
trapeze.
there is great. I love
Lovely. Bloody lovely.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll do my song about a sort of acrobatic oriented thing. It's not my song, it's the song I do. It doesn't matter. Acacia's up now.
That feels like a good tease for later, Jules. But
You know
but
it,
now,
baby.
yeah, that different time, buddy. Different time.
Sorry.
But first, next up
was
we
called.
have first timer, Acacia Sears. It's
Hasn't
your
been
turn.
my first time at anything in a really long time, so
It's nice, right?
I'll play another one from my upcoming album.
That's not the same guitar.
Nothing too upbeat though.
Nope. It's not. This one's not backward either. It's forward.
It's progressive. That's a progressive guitar.
So we're the regressive ones. That's fair.
Right, we're regressive. Yeah, the regressive left. Ugh, can't get enough. Let's not get started, guys.
Pay no attention.
Hang on a second, Casey.
Yeah.
I think your original sound might have turned off. Is that up
Is
in
it
the
off again?
upper left-hand corner?
No, it's on.
It's on? Okay.
Is it sounding bad?
No, we just weren't able to hear the guitar very well.
I
So-
wasn't playing it very loudly. I was making sure I had my chords right.
Okay, all right. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
Oh,
No,
just-
this is it.
I'll just step away.
This one's called Cicada Season. After we've been fighting in the steaming rainstorm, we stood stuck still and waiting for the clouds to stop complaining. Summer all around us, fully crawling with cicadas who had given up on screaming for the weather. Even earlier that morning, I found a robin's eye, still turquoise, growing paler in the sun. Contrast of evening, I'm fluorescent, radiating in the floodlights in the backyard, and I'm done. I will wring myself out till the colors drip down my cheeks. I've been hiding in here for weeks. I will crawl out and I will scream. Ugly and honest and sweet. When there's no flavor left on my tongue, I will spit this one out and I'll write a new song, saying how much I miss the last one. This would be that one. That was the summer of 2021. Cicada season ended. We enjoyed the silence that got us through the summer till we crashed into September. We took turns collapsing while I knit a sweater. Did you start to wonder if I could love you better, or if I could ever love you like before? And what was all that summer screaming for? I will wring myself out till the colors drip down my cheeks. I've been hiding in here for weeks. I will crawl out and I will scream. Ugly and honest and sweet. When there's no flavor left on my tongue, I will spit this one out and I'll write a new song, saying how much I miss the last one. This would be that one. That was the autumn of 2021. And my orange hair caught the light just right. The air was thick with summer. We just had a fight when it started to.
More Rowan endings. Very nice. I wasn't ready for that.
Incredible. Oh my god. And Kate
Yeah,
is
that's-
gonna
that-
hate that she
Actually,
wasn't
I thought
here
my
because
signal had gone out.
she's a big time Cicada fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
That is
yes.
true.
Yeah, big time. Lovely. Oh my god. Okay, we got to get you out to more stuff, Casey. We got to
Yeah,
get you.
get me out to stuff. I've been
Yeah.
in hibernation for too long.
Yeah, we've almost crossed paths like 2 or 3 times in the past couple months, and I've been really sad. Like, did you do the Tacoma Park Folk Fest?
I didn't. I did the Catonsville one.
Okay,
It
okay.
was like
There was something. Oh, maybe it was the Main Street
that was
thing, and
that.
okay, yeah. And I wanted to go see you there, but it was such a clusterfuck. It was so.
Yes, it was terrible to go there. It was not a good situation. I do not recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, but Jenny made sure everybody got paid.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, sure did.
That's something.
She's driving around in her little golf cart. It was fucking. It was good. It was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're moving on to Chris. Yeah.
Afraid so.
The only other leftist among us. It's so not true.
Now I'm a fake lefty. Remember, I write right-handed.
That's right. You're a fucking poser.
I'm a
You're
poser.
astroturfed lefty.
Might say
I'm a
doubly
poser.
sinister.
It is sinister though.
Yes.
There you
Okay, was the I think this was the Rowan request. Yes.
go. Oh, yes.
For the Rowan?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. You looked so concerned for a second. What?
Who, me?
What happened? No,
What
it's
I
okay.
do? What I do?
It's just that you did nothing. You did nothing.
There have been so many crises over the past like few weeks of VOM that I think Rowan has like PTSD. He's just like triggered
What
all the
happened?
time.
Is it gonna explode? It might explode.
You're safe. This is
There are
safe.
no guarantees.
You're okay.
Okay, here's that song. Well, I haven't played this song yet. You don't know how that's gonna go.
Here's a song.
Here's a song. That's never coming off. The concerning, lingering, rattly cough. Conversations too complex to follow. The complications are too much to swallow. Staring at the back bar mirror, wondering how it happened this soon. I'm sorry, you're too old for the room. A couple years and too many gray hairs ago, didn't seem so young. Now you know, a story no one would ever buy. Don't lean in, no, don't try. It's not exactly pity, it's on deck and coming soon. Why is that? Too old for the room. Too old to stay, too old to play, too old to have anyone see you that way. Just pay the check, get out of the way. Maybe just stick closer to home. There's plenty to distract, you're not alone. At least they tolerate you better there. No smoking what's left of your hair. Only the faintest whiff of your impending doom. Don't look back though. Yes, I know, but seriously, you're too old for the room. Thanks.
I definitely resemble that remark.
So say we all, my friend.
Yeah. I'm very used, since I'm a part of the folk scene, because that's the only scene there is. Or if you play an acoustic guitar and you sing songs that you wrote, you have to be a part of the folk scene here, because that's the only real, it's any singer.
I have a vague
types.
recollection of same.
Yeah, and there is a demographic. Let's just put it that way. And I'm usually not the oldest person in the room, but I have recently been playing shows near and in college towns.
Oh,
And man,
you've been
little
around the
babies
shiny young
running
people.
around.
Yeah, it's weird to be around shiny young people when you haven't for a
It's
while.
really weird, and I didn't like it. They were fine with me. It
Yeah.
was
they
a
were.
one-way street.
It was
believe you.
really weird when I realized I'd made that flip from being the youngest person in my peer group to being the oldest person in my peer group. It's
Did
like,
it
You'll
happen
call me.
in
No.
one day? Did like
it just you
Did you
look
do
up
what-
one day, you're like, oh,
Oh, you're definitely preaching to the choir. No, that was specifically about my favorite bar here in town. And before shutdown, I was just another one of the people in the bar. And after shutdown, everybody else there got 2 years older, and I got too old to be there. So I don't go to that bar without like bringing a friend or something. It's just weird now.
see, you see, so we're
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah. Yeah, they started treating me like a mascot. I don't know.
Oh.
That's a separate conversation. I think I was being groomed to be the next one. They had this older guy, like older than me guy, in like a nice guy baseball cap. But I saw pictures. They had gave this guy like, birthday cake, and they would be nice to, and they do this stuff, and they had a seat for him. And one day, bartender says, "Hey, Chris, how old are you?" Oh God. I'm like,
Well,
that's just cruel.
yeah.
hey, well, when people started treating me like I was too helpless to be able to do any of the things that I was doing,
Oh, yeah.
that's when I shaved off my beard. I said, I'm not quite ready for this yet.
Yeah.
Well,
I,
now I'm ready for
Now
it.
you've settled into it.
Now I'm like,
Once this-
okay,
yeah.
I can own this for the moment.
Right.
this
And then
dark
you like
patch
ride off
goes-
into the sunset
Yeah.
on your unicycle.
Yeah.
That's right.
There is
Yeah.
that. Once this dark patch goes, I'm well and truly like ready for the home because this
Acacia,
is like
he
the
also
last bit
rides a
holding on.
unicycle.
It's true.
He does. Yeah. That's our John.
Also, he plays.
John
What
Pfeiffer.
can I say?
Yeah.
My mom said, "What do you want for Christmas?" when I was 10 years old, and I said, "A unicycle."
Yeah,
Fucking
sure.
Conviction, John Pfeiffer.
For a minute, then.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old wants a chemistry set. I don't know how I feel about that. The one you met.
I'm
I'm like, I don't
Show
know,
him
buddy.
Breaking
You're-
Bad.
Go for the unicycle.
I don't know. I'm just like
Maybe
I
he'd be
don't
the
know. You're so
successful
smart.
Walter
Like
White.
the super villain possibility is just a little too strong. you
His
know?
name is Alexander, and Lex is a.
Oh, there you go.
That's not.
There you go.
He's got a good head of hair though, so hopefully he won't have.
Nicholas Holt. So
What's happening?
Nicholas Holt is the new Lex Luthor, and that's not bad. I like Nicholas Holt.
Oh, Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
and Peter the Not So Great in the Catherine show, Catherine the Great show, which is great. It really is lives up to his name.
And speaking of living up to his name, it's Party Pants himself, Blues Jand.
Party Pants is
Party
Steve
Pants.
Patton joint. He said participants, then he was like Party Pants, and I was like,
Yep.
you're calling my name now. All right. This is the song I alluded to earlier about some sort of acrobatics and whatnot. Some people long for a life that is simple and planned, tied with a ribbon. Some people won't sail the sea 'cause they're safer on land. Follow what's written, but I follow you to the great unknown. Off to a world we call our own. Hand in my hand, and we promise to never let go. Walking the tightrope, high in the sky, we can see the whole world down below. it's all an adventure. It comes with a breathtaking view. Walking the tightrope with you. Mountains and valleys, and all that will come in between. Desert and ocean, you pulled me in. Together we're lost in a dream. Always in motion, so I risk it all to be with you. And I risk it all for this life we choose. Hand in my hand, and we promise to never let go. Walking the tightrope, high in the sky, we can see the whole world down below. Walking the tightrope, never sure. Will you catch me if I should fall? Well, it's all an adventure. It comes with a breathtaking view. Walking the tightrope with you. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great
that a-
song.
See,
that a Sarah
thematically
Bareilles song?
appropriate.
Or is that your song?
It is Sarah Bareilles by way of Pasek and Paul, who wrote the music for The Greatest Showman.
Oh.
I'm lukewarm on their stuff. They wrote Dear Evan Hansen as well. They've written a couple. They wrote on Smash, the TV show.
They wrote on something that I just watched, and I can't
Right,
remember
we
the
just
name.
talked about them. Yeah.
What was it?
I don't remember. It was something
See?
that I said I remember. The thing I remember about it is that they wrote for it, and that I was like, I'm not gonna watch it.
I can't. I remember liking it, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah. They wrote some songs for the latest season of Only Murders in the Building. Sarah Bareilles wrote a song with them, which is when I played the one that Meryl Streep sang, and I played it like a month or two ago on here.
Was it on here?
It was on here. Hey, Chris.
Was it on here?
I can't remember where it was.
And that's the kind of banter that you'll only get.
Snawless Call every Friday, except not most of the last Fridays in the past few
But
months.
probably this Friday.
But the past 2 Fridays and probably this Friday. You have a show. Oh, but I'll be back in time.
Are you sure?
No.
One can never be too sure.
You're on your own, Chris.
No, you don't have to worry. That's not going to happen. That would involve being able to get onto the internet by myself.
He's going to watch a wrestling documentary. Or
Just
Oh, no,
ask your
that's-
son.
That's true. We'd get much higher ratings. Which
would be
mean
more
anyone
entertaining.
would show up and watch it. But yeah.
There's that.
Yep. We did that. Sean Morse was on our last one.
He was so great. No, Sean
yeah.
Morse came and took over the last one and made it so much better. He
He's
is a joy.
unnecessarily engaging. it's a problem, like how charismatic he is.
So funny and engaging. And
Yes,
it
Casey.
just-
Yes.
I'm gonna take off. I just want to say bye to everybody.
Okay.
Thanks
Have a
so
good
much
night,
for
Casey.
Please come
coming
back
on.
if you
It's
have-
great to see and hear you.
If you
And
have a free
please-
Monday, please come back.
Yeah, it was a rare time that I was able to make it. But
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay. Well, take my number down. I gave it to you in the private chat thing.
okay.
Don't do
So
it. It's a trap.
you guys have fixed it so nobody will come back now. See how it is.
Wow.
I mean,
It's not like that. It's just rare for me to have a Monday that I can come.
Cool. Well, we're really glad you made it tonight. So
It's nice to see you.
Okay. Well, Rowan, are we closing it down? Are we doing the post show thing that we've
we've been,
doing for the
we can do
past-
some post show.
past
You
month?
know,
Okay.
I'm going to
I'm
have
here.
to bail as well.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
I'm
I
gonna
have
have to bail. Yeah, I kind
children to attend to and whatnot. They go back to school tomorrow, and they've been out for 4 days. So
Oh,
who knows?
Gotta- Well, at least you don't have the tryptophan to
So
worry
the
about.
so the post show is minimalist tonight,
It is.
Good.
Have
The
a good
seal has
Doctor
been
Who
broken,
talk,
so-
John.
especially if you get me to be talking. Then it's going to
Yeah.
really be minimalist.
Oh, and it was La La Land was the other one, Party Pants.
And I'm not watching that.
I will add one.
Although the song you just did, I thought was that was a keeper. That was a good one.
Yeah, but like it's a different because Michelle Williams sings it in the movie, and like she's not a singer. She can sing, like most actors probably sang because they're just
Kind of
like,
Glenn
I want to do
Close singing,
entertainment.
as opposed to like Betty Buckley singing.
Oh, Rex Harrison.
Not as bad as
Oh.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I love Rex Harrison's not
whoa,
singing.
okay, sorry.
That's not fair at all.
So you are not a Miranda fan.
Look, I
Oh, he
loved
makes him
Hamilton.
so angry.
I
He
loved
makes him-
Hamilton when it came out. I loved it. I bumped it for 2 years straight, and I was going up to New York. So I had New York fever. I mean, it was
He still hasn't seen it though. Yeah.
I was in a New York state of mind. I mean,
Wow. Nicely done. And on that note, good night, everybody. Jules,
good night.
Friday?
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. We'll see.
Bye.
We'll see.
We'll see. No
We should do
promise.
Good night,
some. We'll do.
Chris.
I'll be in touch.
Blah, blah, blah,
We-
blah.
yeah,
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Night all.
Good night. Tar. Tar.
Oh,
Okay. Whoever's leaving,
Ooh.
get the fuck out of here.
all right. Well, I guess we better.
Well,
we better do
I
the.
guess we better just go ahead.
We
Yeah.
can kill the stream and then
Yeah.
just
All right.
If you want to hear my hot takes on Lin-Manuel Miranda, my,
No,
my
I think I'm
lukewarm
gonna. I
takes,
think I'm gonna head out. Thanks.
All right. Before we lose everybody,
just
reach out,
and do the thing.
grab
Steve,
someone
you're
by
still
the face
here.
and squeeze.
Grab him. Grab him.
Thank you for joining us on VOM 189, and have a good night, y'all.